Visionaries, creative geniuses, modern-day Renaissance men. These are not the words that people who know Luke and Jorge would use to describe them. They are best friends, shameless connoisseurs of the basic and the niche. And most importantly, two guys just being dudes. Welcome to Bad Jokes and Semi-Wisecracks with Luke and Jorge.
Podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Chips Dip.
My name is Goku Naruto.
Welcome, Goku. It's nice to meet you.
Welcome, Chips. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
It's glad to be here.
It sure is. How have you been? How is your life?
Good. I sat in traffic for a little bit.
Ah, terrible.
Yeah.
Did you make any friends in traffic?
No, I made enemies in traffic.
That's fair. Yeah. One time I had to go to like a defensive driving class for reasons that we won't get into, but in there there was like a quiz, and one of the questions was like, do you see other drivers as opponents to beat? And I knew that the correct answer was no, so I lied and said no. But the real answer is yes. I do see other drivers as opponents.
Well, I see every person. Every person that I see is in some way inferior to me, and I have to make them know that.
Even me right now?
You are my only equal.
Okay, I'll take that.
Because we are co-hosts.
Right, yeah.
If one of us was a host and the other was a co-host.
Or a vice host. It sounds weird.
The arch host. The arch host.
The Ark of the Covenant host.
I am arch host of the podcast. I think we should give that title to somebody.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is going to be our arch host?
Maybe Kate or Matthew, or Kate and Matthew.
No. I think, you know who our arch host should be?
Who?
Their dog.
Yeah.
Marnie is now the arch host of the podcast.
Aww. Add it to the wiki.
Add it to the wiki.
Yeah. Marnie the arch host. I love that.
We act under the direct supervision of Marnie at all times.
Right. She is our superior
actually, I'm getting a
overlord.
call. Oh, look, it's from Marnie.
Oh, hey, Marnie.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him. Marnie didn't like that joke that we made at the beginning, so we're just gonna have to cut it.
Okay. Should we just start over?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I think
cool.
we'll just keep going, make our mistakes, put them way out there so people know.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we dive into things, I have a question for you.
Oh, I don't know if I should be scared or not.
You shouldn't be scared. It's silly. So I was talking about this with Morgan the other day. So
Morgan,
my girlfriend. So let me ask you this. This is a preliminary question. This is not the real question.
Oh.
When you shower, are you a bar soap or a gel soap user generally?
my answer is too complex.
Okay. Wait.
Okay, I'll answer this. Most of the time, I am a bar soap person.
Okay.
I also have gel soap in like once a week or once every couple of showers. I'll do like a deeper shower.
Okay.
Because I feel like most of the time I'm trying to conserve water.
Gotcha.
But like once every week or 2 weeks, or like if it's like a hot week,
Right.
maybe twice a week or something.
Okay.
I'll also scrub down with the loofah and the like gel soap. So
interesting.
yeah, I don't normally use the loofah,
Okay. Me neither.
but I do when I use the like gel soap,
Okay.
because it's like you're just gonna hold loose soap,
Right. Yeah. In your hand.
in your hand,
Yum.
and it's like a deeper clean. Anyway,
Yeah.
now you know my weakness.
All right. Cool. Yeah. It's like your kryptonite.
Yeah, my once a week extra deep shower.
So the question is, when you use bar soap, do you go soap directly to body, or do you go soap to hand to body? And the reason that this came up is because I am a soap, like hold the bar soap and put it directly on yourself kind of person. But Morgan is a hold the soap, wipe it up on your hand. I didn't like how I said that, but you know what I mean. Rub it up on your hands and then use your hands to apply it to yourself. And not only did she say that, like we had this conversation, and then she said that like people like me who are soap to body people are wrong and weird. And she tried to make it a thing that where like guys do the soap to body thing and girls do the soap to hand to body thing. And I was like, there's no way that there's that kind of distinction like that. And she was like, no, I think it's a thing. So my question to you is A, are you a soap to body or soap to hand to body? And B, do you think that one is wrong?
Listeners, shareholders, if I am a soap to body person,
Yeah, you can vote, and then he'll do it
You
like
can
that for
vote,
the rest
yeah.
of his life.
so I, at one point in my life, in my younger years, when I was a brash male, was a bar directly applied to the head.
Apply directly to the forehead.
The head on, thank
Head
you.
on.
No, I was originally like a directly to the body applied soap person,
Mm-hmm.
and then I changed.
Oh, what
Yes.
inspired you to change?
Someone taught me the correct method.
Ah, so you do think that one is right and one is wrong?
No, I just think one is more efficient.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you think that soap to hand to body is more efficient? Is that what you're saying?
I think my soap lasts a little bit longer, and I think I know where my soap is going a little bit better.
Huh.
Yeah. It's also like you know, the like, oh, soap whoop, oh, it fell out of my hands. Doesn't happen.
Okay. Well, that doesn't really happen to me either.
Okay, well, you must have like Spider-Man grip.
I sure do. Yep.
On your soap.
No, just
So
on my
I'm like,
hands.
whoop, that soap went everywhere. Whoopsies.
Whoopsies.
Gosh darn.
Wow. That's a new one.
Gadarsh.
Gadarsh Garn.
Gadarsh darn.
Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Yeah. I don't think there's a right or a wrong method. I just think that there's one that works for everybody.
That's fair.
Take
Yeah.
this online quiz to find out which soap method works best for you.
Yeah. That was kind of my approach too. I was like, I do it this way, but it seems like
Yeah.
anybody can do whatever they want.
I will say we should I want to know the scientific like breakdown.
Of what? Of like who
is
does
there
which?
is there more or less correlation between boys do a directly to body and girls do a little one of these and then apply to the body?
Yeah, I don't know. We should make a Google poll and ask the listeners.
Whoa.
Listeners, I'm going to post the Google poll on the same day that this episode drops. So
Yeah.
go. It'll be on the Facebook page. So if you haven't liked our Facebook page, go do that and then fill out the survey so we can know.
Are we only going to put it on the Facebook?
We'll see. I may also put it on the Instagram. I don't know if I know how to put a Google poll on the Instagram, but we'll see.
We do have a thingy.
Oh, the teeny tiny URL doohickey that
Yeah,
starts with the letter
we have-
E,
S.
starts with the letter S.
Yes, the like link in bio type thing. You like
Yeah.
click the link in our bio, and we could put it there.
We could put it there. We'll put it there.
Cool, and I think we also have to make a Facebook post about it.
Yeah,
So we'll
do both
also
things.
Facebook post.
Yeah. So shareholders, please enlighten us. I want to know. And Morgan, I'm not changing.
Yeah. No, I don't like that Morgan said that there's like a specific way to do this.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a do whatever you want. I'm an only child. I grew up by myself, and Morgan has some siblings and grew up with them. And so I wondered if it was like if you grow up sharing a bathroom, someone is like, hey, use your hand because I don't want to share the bar soap with you. And so maybe like I missed that boat being an only,
Being an only.
and the only one of me.
I am the only one. You can't see me, but I was just T-posing.
Right. I also liked how you pulled out your phone for the Marnie bit, even though people couldn't see that you had your phone pulled out.
Oh, thanks for acknowledging that.
You're welcome.
That was a real phone call from Marnie.
Did you tell her that I said hi?
Oh, obviously.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you for indulging my question because I've been thinking about it a lot. I need to know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions?
Not immediately. I feel like I had one more thing I wanted to tell you about, but I forget what it is right now. It'll come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Yep.
Right here waiting for you.
Aw.
Yeah.
True love.
True love.
So, should we jump into some propositions?
I think so.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Great. Take the floor. The floor is yours,
Ah,
sir.
thank you. All right. We don't have a chairman of the board, but chairman of the board, we don't have one today. It's just us.
Yes. Yeah.
Chairman of the board who is invisible, shareholders. Imagine this. This is a hypothetical. This has never, ever happened to me, especially not today. Imagine that you're at work and you're in a meeting, and the meeting is about something that doesn't matter at all. And you're thinking, wow, I have a whole bunch of other things that I could be doing with this time right now, but instead I am here in a meeting about something that doesn't matter at all. So my proposition is, this is similar to a proposition that you had a few episodes, probably like a lot of episodes ago at this point, but my proposition is a sort of like everybody in the meeting has a little button, and if you think that the meeting is like not important or you already know all the information, you can push the little button that you have. And if enough people push the little button, then the person running the meeting will get a little notification saying like, hey, people don't want to be here. And then they can either like ask like, hey, do you all already know all of this? Or they can like try to go a little faster, or they can just like end it right there and then or something. Because that would be really great to not have to sit in the hypothetical meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. This is similar to your proposition of the wrap it up button to use with your parents.
Right. The
Yes.
real life wrap it up button.
But this is a more of like a crowdsourced wrap it up.
I like this. I like this concept a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I suggest a name?
Yes.
What if it was called Could Have Been an Email?
I love that. I love that so much. Yeah. Let's have it be that. Yeah. Could have been an email.
Could have been an email.
Yeah. But then the only issue that I foresee is that like, even if like everybody in the audience of the meeting like pushes the could have been an email button, how do you get the presider, I guess, the person running the meeting to be like, okay, yeah, I acknowledge that this is happening and we'll do something about it. And that, I don't know, like maybe I didn't think of this beforehand, but maybe there's like a little shock collar that you make them wear or something. I don't like that. Not that, but something else.
I think realistically, the person running the email, the thing, right, the meeting is going to be like, oh well, I don't know that this could have been an email. I think it is more important than the context, and also, but the real power lies in the people gathered for the meeting.
Right.
So as long as they feel confident, like it's really more about raising, dare I say, class solidarity.
Whoa.
Because then they can all have a minor revolution, overthrow the.
This is our meeting now.
And adjourned. And then they all just leave.
Yeah. And go do their work that they actually have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or look at YouTube videos.
I've never done that
Never
at work.
done that at work.
No.
Never.
I actually have, because sometimes I have to show the children songs, and a lot of times those are on YouTube. And sometimes people put weird stuff at the end of their YouTube videos. So you gotta check the whole video. One time I showed a video of a song. I forget what song it was, but it was in my rock band class. And it was like just a fine lyric video from like 2008 probably. So you can imagine what that kind of lyric video would look like.
Was it Usher's Yeah? And it was just the word yeah like 8 times?
It was not, but it was similar to that. Okay. It didn't have any wolves in it, but like that era, where people would just put wolves for no reason. So
what are you talking about? Wolves are cool.
Sure, but do they need to be behind Phil Collins's Coming in the Air Tonight?
Only if that wolf is also a horse.
Wolf horse.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, you're fine. It's banter. We're bantering. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was showing this video and of like a song that we were like listening to for Rock Band. And then we got to the end of the video and the text said like rock is great, and then the F word, and then like some other genre like punk or something, or ska maybe. And I hadn't watched the video all the way through, so my class of middle schoolers got to see the F word flashed up on screen. And one kid was like, "You didn't watch the video all the way through, did you?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." So that was embarrassing. So the moral of the story is end your meetings, and if you're showing a video to children, watch it all the way through first.
Yeah.
Yep.
For the record, I also watch YouTube videos at work, but also because it's kind of part of my work.
Okay.
Just because like sometimes the only place where you can find very Catholic music is on YouTube.
That's fair. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's flashing through images of Jesus every 4 seconds.
Ah, perfect.
Wow. All of the famous depictions of Jesus. Oh, that's a new one.
Are there any new ones? I feel like
I don't know. I mean, In the eyes of God, is anything new?
I guess not.
Yeah,
I guess
know?
he. Yeah.
We don't have to go into this right now.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll give me your shares for
Gladly, I would give you my shares.
make my meeting an email.com or whatever we said. This could have been an email.
This could have been an email. Yes, you can absolutely have my shares.
Thank you so much.
Wow, what a great proposition.
Thank you.
Shareholders, if you liked that proposition, go ahead and give us a little thumbs up on social media.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ring that bell.
We don't have a bell. We might.
We might.
We don't have to talk about that yet.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, super well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Shareholders, member of the board,
It is I.
chairman, I would like to present a proposition.
Hit me, baby. I'm so sorry.
Boom.
Ow. I need that eye for. Otherwise, how am I going to see 3D movies that have the red-blue 3D kind from the old time when they had 3D?
From the olden days. Okay, this is my proposition. Let me paint a picture.
Okay.
Allow me to paint a picture.
Please do, Bob Ross.
We're going to paint some pretty little clouds.
Aw.
So imagine a world where... Let me start over.
Okay.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Ooh.
Let's say you work in a very urban environment, but you live not in the urbs.
Okay. Do I live in the suburbs or the rurs?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. We should not call it the rurs ever again.
The rurs.
Yeah. Anyway.
The rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
So imagine that you commute often to the urbs, and let's say that in the city center to which you have to find yourself going to, driving is kind of a hassle, and the price of gas is going up, and your city, for whatever reason, doesn't have great public transit.
What? Not all cities have great public transit?
Yeah, we can't all be insert name of city with good public transit.
Yeah. Apparently, neither of us have been to a city with great public transit.
I was gonna put something in there. I was
Oh.
in like a name. I was gonna like Atlanta, but that's not Atlanta. It's not Atlanta. I don't know. Washington D.C. is fine.
Yeah, that seems like that'd be
maybe. Boston is, depending on who you ask.
London has the tube.
The tube, and the telly,
Yeah. And a bridge.
and a big clock.
Yeah. And a tower.
Yeah. It's also falling down. The bridge is falling down.
Right. Not the tower.
Imagine you're commuting to a large city center. And let's say, for whatever reason, you have to pay for parking where you work. Or let's say you're going to school. Let's say you're a student
Ooh.
going to an urban campus. And let's say on your urban campus, or technically just barely not suburban campus,
Okay.
looking at you, name of university, let's say that parking on said campus is kind of a hassle. Let's say it also costs $400 a year.
Awful.
Terrible.
And totally hypothetical.
Totally hypothetical. Because no one would be dumb enough to charge that much for parking.
Right. Especially when there's tons of street parking right across the street.
And especially when tuition wasn't just raised to $36K a year.
Terrible.
Anyways. And just imagine. So you're like, I already have to drive with the cost of gas. $400 a year is kind of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, well, but I don't want to park on the street because either I'm going to have to park pretty far to find decent parking, or I'm going to park in a neighborhood or a street that, I feel like maybe someone could break into my car.
That's fair.
There's a history of that on this hypothetical campus.
Right.
Don't you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Especially with Honda Accords for some reason.
Weirdly specific, but yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Good thing I didn't drive a Honda Accord our freshman year at this hypothetical university.
Right. Good thing.
So all these things are occurring in your mind. You're like, well, I can't bike from where I live because that's too far. There isn't like a bus that goes directly there, and if I take 2 buses, that's going to take well over an hour to travel like just over 2 miles. And then biking isn't great because it's it's going to be uphill in one direction and it's like pretty steep.
Oh yeah.
Also,
that's no good.
There's not like good biking. Like it's pretty unsafe.
Like it would just be on the road the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be
Yeah.
sketchy.
And no bike lanes except for
Ooh.
when you're like within like a quarter mile of this hypothetical university.
Right.
What is one to do?
Ooh, can I guess?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I have a few guesses. The first is hot air balloon.
Love it. I love the enthusiasm. Unfortunately, you need a license to drive a hot air balloon.
My next guess, illegal hot air balloon.
As it turns out, you also need a license for an illegal hot air
Ah,
balloon.
dang it.
I actually don't know if either of those are true.
Me
Well, I know the
neither.
second one's not true, but I don't know if you need a license for a hot air balloon. But you do need to have a hot air balloon.
Can I make one more guess?
Absolutely.
You get like 6 of those like little bitty remote control drones and you use them to pick yourself up, and you're also wearing a wingsuit. So you just pick yourself up in a vertical line as high as you need to, and then you just wingsuit your way over.
You know, that wasn't my idea, but I do like that idea.
Thank you.
Along those lines, as you were talking, I thought you were gonna suggest the house from the movie Up.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's my fourth guess.
Place my house on this hypothetical university's campus, just
Yeah.
like on the quad or something.
Or even you could just have it floating above and then use the 6 drones to get up and down.
Or like a really long like rope ladder.
That would be really cool. Oh, but then people could just like climb up to your house whenever they wanted to.
Like a remote control, like retractable, like you press like a button
Ooh.
and the rope ladder comes down.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty sick.
Don't get beamed by the rope ladder, though. That would hurt.
I just got hit by this rope ladder from the sky.
Dang.
Weird.
Chicken Little was right.
Oddly specific reference, and yet here we are.
Thank you.
I don't know if you got hit by a rope ladder.
Right. I thought it was just the sky.
The sky. It's falling down. No. So my idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your roommates drive you.
Okay. Good.
If you're listening, no. Also a joke. I'm so sorry. I need to get serious here. What I'm about to suggest is something monumental. We are going to combine a previous proposition with another proposition.
Ooh.
Yes. So hear me out. You remember a couple of episodes ago, I suggested a vehicle that was man-powered.
Right. And you could move it with your legs.
Yes, and it had 2 wheels.
It sure did.
Imagine a mount for your car
Whoa.
for this 2-wheeled monstrosity.
What? Okay. Tell me more.
So on the back side of your car, on the hitch, let's say your car has a hitch. You put in the hitch, and it is a metal contraption that will hold your 2-wheeled monstrosity.
Holy heck, Batman. That sounds great.
And so you can remove your we called this thing what? The
bike jack.
what was the vehicle? The
Oh.
vehicle we called it something. We called it the dual wheeler.
We did. Yeah.
Yes. So a dual wheeler rack, if you would.
Okay.
So you could park as far away from campus as you need to, as long as it's free and also not street sweeping that day.
Right. But there's signs for that.
There's signs.
You just got to read the signs.
And then you just bike to campus, and then hopefully no one steals your dual wheeler.
Right.
Or so you just dual wheel to campus.
Well, maybe that you could have like a lock for your dual wheeler.
Yeah, but then people will just steal the wheels. I don't know if you've experienced that.
Maybe you could have the lock be like a long cable and you could thread it through the wheels and the body of the dual wheeler.
Ooh, I don't dislike that.
Thank you. I made that up myself and I've never seen it before in the world.
So that's my proposition.
I like it.
Yeah, you could use this for getting to work if you have to work in a urban environment. It's called dual commuting. It's last mile transportation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an actual term.
Oh, is it?
I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So take a bus. I honestly, now we're just getting real. But I kind of just wish I could take the bus.
That would be nice.
I wish I could take the bus or like a light rail or like a train or something to places and then just bike the rest of the way.
That would be a lot less hassle than having a contraption on the back of your motor vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if I didn't need a car to get everywhere.
Man, that would be great.
Dude.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I like it. I will give you the shares that you gave me for the thing that I said.
Oh, we start with the same. We're starting and ending with the same amount of shares.
It's like an economy.
It's like an economy. Well, an economy that functions.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not an economist.
Morgan, tell us how economies work. Thanks.
Is that her job?
No, but she got a degree that has something to do with that, so that's neat.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Is that what she studied?
Yeah. She's a smart
Whoa.
cookie. Yeah.
I don't know. She did study economies.
Well, but now she can tell us about how they work.
Okay, if she could tell us how they actually work, I'd be stoked about that.
I'd love to know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy 30 ATMs. that was another thing.
That was a reference to something you said before we started recording this podcast.
Yeah. So my friend Scott, I'm naming you by name. My friend Scott mentioned this the other day, where any person can just buy an ATM. And I was like, wow, that's wild. So I did some research, and apparently, if you own an ATM, when someone uses an ATM, you charge them like $2 or something. So apparently, if you own an ATM, you make about like $300 a month, and they're like $2 to $3 grand to buy. So really, it would pay for itself in under a year.
Yeah.
And then eventually you just buy another one, and then by the time you're 45, you can quit your day job and just own 50 ATMs and not really have to work very much.
Here's the thing, though, that we didn't consider that we have to consider now.
Okay.
A lot of places take card.
True.
So this has to be a business that's cash only.
Well, but not necessarily, because like gas stations and stuff have ATMs.
Yeah. So we gotta find a gas station that doesn't have an ATM,
Right.
and then ATM our way into their lives.
Yeah.
Or we open up a business that's cash only
True.
and install our own ATM machine.
Right. But if businesses that are cash only probably have bought their own ATM to cut out the middleman, like which would be what we were talking about.
Yeah. So let's open up a cash only business and then put an ATM machine in there that we own.
Okay. Should it be like a laundromat or like a donut shop or like an herbs and spices shop or something?
You have to say that you just winked at me.
I didn't wink at you. What are you talking about?
It's the only way that joke translates to the audience.
Anyway, 30 ATMs.
A lot of herbs and spices shops take cards now.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what were we talking about?
My proposition. Anyways, if you liked my proposition, and more importantly, if you can remember it, feel free to hit us up on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah. Or Facebook.
Or Venmo.
Or, yeah. Dude, we should make a Venmo for this and then just
I
put
think
it
we have
out.
to attach it to a phone number.
What? Can you have more than one Venmo on one phone number?
I don't think so.
Let's do some research.
Okay.
Who needs a Patreon when you can just have Venmo?
This is our audience is Venmoing us. Listeners, if you want to Venmo us, we'll update you here. Whoever edits this episode, I think it's going to be you.
I think it's me, yeah.
You will speak here the
Yep.
truth of Venmo.
Hello, shareholders. Future Luke here. We do, in fact, have a Venmo account. It is at Luke and Jorge Pod on Venmo. It is a business account, so you might have to click the little business tab when you're doing your search, but it is there. You can find us there. Do with that what you will. And anyway, back to the episode. Drive safe. Great.
Anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did you remember the other
I
thing?
did.
Heck
Okay.
yes. Heck yes.
Heck yes. So, I, at my job, have been the youngest person on staff for as long as I've worked there. I just turned 26, and then the next youngest person, I probably is like 28, 29, somewhere in there. We have a person. So, our first day back to work was like a couple of days ago. No, it was yesterday. Wow. Time really feels long. It was yesterday.
Wait, you're back to work already?
I'm back to work already.
Whoa.
It was yesterday. Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, so earlier when I said a hypothetical meeting that definitely didn't happen to me today, you thought it was actually hypothetical? I mean, it definitely was hypothetical. Back to work yesterday. So we have a new guy on staff, and he said that it was his first year teaching when he introduced himself yesterday. And so I was like, oh, I should go talk to him. because it's my third year teaching, so I could just be there for some support, I guess. So today we had some time in our grade level teams. So I'm on the 6th grade team. Turns out he's also on the 6th grade team.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I got to talk to him a little bit. And so we were doing an activity, I forget, and then he mentioned something about Jesuits, and I was like, "Hey,
whoa!
I went to." We've talked about this, right?
I don't think so, but you feel free to broach this topic.
Okay, I went to Regis, and he was like, "Hey, I also went to Regis," and I was like, "Whoa!" He was like, "Yeah, I just graduated in December," and I was like, "Whoa, that's so cool." So we chatted a little bit, and in the back of my head, I was like, "This guy's probably younger than me. We have a new baby on staff. I'm so stoked to not be the baby on staff." But as we talked more, it turns out this is not his first career out of high school. He went to undergrad in California for something else and worked for a year doing something else, and then came to Regis for his master's degree, and he graduated high school 1 year before us. So he's probably a little bit older than me. So I am still the baby on staff, but we went to the same university, not at the same time. So there you go.
And not in the same program.
Well, probably kind of. We probably took some of the same classes because when I was in undergrad doing education stuff, some of the classes were there were also grad students there taking it for their grad stuff at the same time. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So, if he had been 2 years earlier, if I had been 2 years later, we might have had classes together. So.
That's weird.
But the moral of the story is someone went to Regis and now works with me, and I'm still the youngest one on staff.
Hey, proud of you.
Thank you. Someone wished me happy birthday the other day.
Who was it?
It was yesterday. It was the assistant principal, actually. She was like, happy late birthday. And I was like, thanks, I'm old. And she was like, how old are you? And I was like, 26. And everyone at the table was like, so that's always fun. It's fun to flaunt my age in front of people who have been teaching longer than I've been alive.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or when we talk about Kurt Russell or something, I'm like, oh, I'm old enough to know who that is or stuff, Yeah.
I understand that reference.
Yeah. Yep.
It is Captain America pointing.
Not Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man?
No.
Okay.
But close.
Thank you.
But still no.
Today we did talk about Kurt Russell a little bit.
What about Kurt Russell?
There's a name of a television show that has the same name of the school where I work, and I guess he was in it in the 90s. And so we were doing a team.
Oh,
building.
yeah, he was in that show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We were doing a team building exercise. So they were pick either Kurt Russell's character or some other guy's character, and you had to stand on either sides of the room. And I wanted to pick the other guy's character because boy was he hot. But I was confused as to which side of the room to stand on, so I ended up being on Kurt Russell's side of the room. And so they handed me a teeny tiny picture of Kurt Russell. But then later I taped it to a little poster that we had to make for the thing. So I don't have it anymore.
Oh.
Yep. The end.
The end.
Yep, that was my whole story.
Wow, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to work.
Back to work.
Yeah.
Dude, you're going back to work. I'm going back to school.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some learning done.
You haven't started though, right?
No. I start the not next Monday, not in 4 days or whatever.
Okay.
But the Monday after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
So excited and also so over it already.
You should make a paper chain for how many weeks are left, and then rip off a chain or a link every week.
No, because I'll forget at some point, and then I just won't do them.
That's fair.
And then at the end, I'm just gonna burn them all. And then the fire department is right across the street from me. So
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it really, you're probably only burning 2 sheets of paper total. So how bad can it? I mean, famous last words.
Last words. There's
Yeah,
a table
knock
here
on
made
wood.
of wood. I'm
Yep.
knocking on it.
Me too.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Burn that bridge when you get there.
Right.
We're not gonna do that.
Burn that paper chain when the year's over.
Nope. Not gonna make a paper chain. So
I made a paper chain.
I have considered that there's a high probability that I'll be in classes with people significantly younger than me.
Ooh.
Did I tell you this?
You have mentioned it, but I don't know what specifically you're gonna say about
well,
this.
I was just meeting with my advisor, figuring out what my classes are going to be, that whole situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I was like sitting in her office, she was like, "Well, how do you feel?" And I was like, "Good. I think this is going to be really good. Like, I'm not going to deal with the thing I dealt with in like regular undergrad, which was like, the social aspect, because I'm not here for that." And she was like, "Well, I think what I said was like, I'm really disconnected from it." And she was like, "Well, but it'll take you like 5 minutes to get back into it." A reference to my social butterflyness.
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, I'm really not interested."
That's really fair.
And she was like, "Well, but there's some really cool people," and like, and I was like, "Look, I'm not trying to make any friends here."
Yeah.
I'm
They're
not
like 19. Nothing wrong with 19-year-olds.
I'm just too old to be friends with 19-year-olds.
Right. Different phase of life.
Different life.
Yeah.
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 So I'm as cool as that might be under regular circumstances. I'm like, and it's one less thing I need, because I'm still working and I'm doing the school thing, and I'm also podcasting,
Right.
and I'm also trying to like do music on the side. Like, way too many things.
Right.
Way too many things.
I feel ya.
So I have no time for new friends,
Right.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the older I get, the fewer friends I have, but I like know them better, Like I feel like in the
Yeah.
first half of college, I had like a lot of people that I would have called friends, but like I didn't know them very well, and I don't talk to any of them anymore. And now I
To
have
any of them?
I don't well, that may be an exaggeration, but as I'm quickly thinking, I think it might be kind of true.
You
but-
and I still talk.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
We have a podcast.
Right. Yeah. And this is the only time we talk ever. Just
Ever.
kidding. No, it's not. Yeah. You called me on your way over. But anyway, should we jump into some questions?
I think so.
Okay.
Here is our first question.
Great.
It is from Groovy Guy 39.
That's a great name, Groovy Guy.
Groovy Guy 39. It says, okay, I'm not going to read the subject because not family friendly.
Okay.
But
Redacted.
he does give us a little. I do appreciate this. I think since we've mentioned TLDRs previously on this
Yes.
podcast, people have started using them. I'm going to grab your attention with a quick TLDR. My 31.
Ooh.
Oh, I've been referring to this person as a guy this whole time.
Are you wrong?
I've been wrong.
Oh, no.
Whatever shall I do? Shall I apologize and admit that I make mistakes?
We could just say the word redacted and move on.
Okay. So, Groovy Gal 39.
Ooh.
Ooh. So Groovy Gal 39 says, so they are a 31 female, boyfriend, 32 male.
Okay.
The boyfriend. Let's call him Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted. The boyfriend is 32 and male. Made that, quote unquote, if we are still single by this age, quote unquote, pact
Oh, yes.
with his office mate, who is a 33 female.
Wait, so the boyfriend made the pact with the office mate.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
If we're still single by this age. Okay, so it says, hey guys, big fan of the podcast. Here's my question. My boyfriend and I have been together for 7 years. We moved together to Southern California, shout out to Southern California, last year, and found work in different companies. 2 months ago, my work opened up and I have been reporting to the office.
Exciting.
So exciting. My boyfriend, on the other hand, is still working from home. During these times, I started to notice that he's still working whenever I come home. We used to have the same schedule, 9 to 5, but recently he's still in Slack sometimes until 8 p.m.
Before we read any further, I'm just going to say that I'm concerned.
Good.
But anyway, you can keep reading.
He'll only log off when we have our dinner. So I assume that they eat at like 8 or something. Initially, I just brushed off this change in his schedule and thought maybe he's enjoying his work. There's also no change in our communication. He's still sweet and caring. We still spend weekends together and from time to time travel back to our hometown. Yesterday, I started having suspicious. I have a suspicious. I think they meant suspicions. Yesterday, I started having suspicions because while we were at the beach for our vacation, he was on his phone the whole day.
What?
I asked him if there's anything wrong, but he just said there was an emergency at work. We went back to our hotel, and I did what I shouldn't have done. I snooped.
Ooh.
He has a Slack app in his phone, but when I checked the messages, they were not work-related.
Pause. Wait, what is the Slack app? Do you know what that is?
Do you know about Slack?
I don't know what that is.
So imagine Discord, but it's for work.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Wow, way to swoop in, Slack, on a niche that could have been solved by Discord, but instead you're making money instead. Good job, Slack.
Yeah.
Slack, if you want to sponsor us,
Yeah. We'll gladly talk about Slack more if they throw some money our way.
yeah, we'll even use it for podcast stuff.
Here's our Venmo.
At Luke and Jorge Pod. Yeah.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. The Slack messages were not work related. He was talking to his female coworker. The conversation was not about work, and at some point it becomes flirty. And as I scanned through previous conversation, I saw that my BF asked her somewhere along the lines of, listen, if we're not married yet when we are 45, I don't know what is happening. I don't know how to react. I was hurt because I am thinking I will spend the rest of my life with my boyfriend, and there he was making a pact with another girl. Do I have to take this pact seriously, or is it just something that friends do? Any advice will be helpful.
I feel like that can be something that friends do if those friends are currently single. But if you are in a relationship of 7 years and you're making this pact with somebody, something is wrong. So Groovy Gal, perhaps it is time to have a confrontation.
Ooh,
Which, boy, I hate
calamari.
those. Did you say calamari?
Maori? Was that show where the guy was like, not the father?
Yeah. Yes. Which, that would be a tough conversation to have. But,
That's true.
yeah, you are right. Those are some red flags.
It's like the Chinese flag.
Yeah.
It's hella red, bro.
Yeah.
And it's big.
It could probably be any size.
It's flag sized.
Right.
I've only seen big ones. I don't know.
That's fair. Well, I bet they make like little ones. Or like you could pull up a picture on your phone and then it would only be phone sized.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groovy Gal, it sounds like there's something going on here. If it were me, I feel like I would just like be very upfront about it. Like, hey, what's going on here? Because I feel like if you present someone with a question that directly, it's hard. Like, it's easy to hide stuff if you skirt around it, but if it's very direct, I feel like it's, you might catch him off guard, and then he might be less likely to try to hide it or lie about it or something.
That's fair.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
I'm thinking, in this moment, I'm channeling an older roommate I used to have who we would watch a lot of television together. You know who this is, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. She and I would watch a lot of television together. And we would watch a lot of reality TV. And oftentimes, and I think she would often say we would read stuff together, and she would often, in response to, men acting poorly, she would say, dump him. And eventually she got a sweatshirt that said dump him.
That's awesome.
It's such a great sweater. I think in this case, I think she's got to do it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if you want to talk to this person, you can talk to them, and this is probably something you could work your way through. But like, this is too much of a red flag for me. Like, if a partner I had, regardless of if we had talked about marriage or regardless of whatever, if they are in their heads already making plans with somebody else of like,
After.
yeah, I'm not in a place to settle for being like, I'm single. I think everyone on the pod that listens to our podcast knows this at this point.
Right.
I'm very single. Part of the reason I'm very single is because I have certain expectations of the people I date, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm dating you, that means that I'm the only person dating you.
Right.
Unless, we have a conversation.
Sure.
Right? But like, if I'm in a relationship with you, that's because I take that relationship seriously.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to pursue that to its natural next stage. If that's a breakup, right? Because we realize that we shouldn't be together. That's fine. If that's like marriage or something else, that's also fine. Like but the point is to see what this relationship is about and if I should continue being with this person or not.
Right.
I'm definitely not making plans about like somebody else during that. And I expect the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's a lot of folks who disagree with me about like monogamy and stuff like that. Like, I don't know about anything. But I do know that there's a lot of not communication happening in this. And even in, like polyamory and stuff, this communication is huge.
Right.
It's all about being transparent.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you make your intentions known. And then it sounds like your boyfriend,
Ted.
It sounds like Ted has been keeping things from you, Groovy Girl 39.
Yeah.
You got to make him know that that's not acceptable.
Right.
If you value this relationship with Ted, you make him know and you make him commit to being transparent, regardless of what your intentions are. If your intention is something like staying with this person you said you thought you would be with this person for the rest of your life. Is that what he's thinking? That's like an important question to ask.
Yeah.
But more importantly, like Ted is either gonna realize that what he did was wrong, or you gotta break up with him.
Right. If I could talk directly to Ted, I feel like I
Ooh.
would say to him, just, like if you think, like, because maybe Ted really does think that things are going to work out with Groovy Gal, and then maybe Ted also thinks that it's like fine to flirt and make pacts with his work friends. But I would say to Ted that if you think, like if you are thinking about like flirting and making pacts with your work friends, you should like really take a moment and consider like what does your relationship with Groovy Gal really mean to you? Like, are you really in it? And if so, stop it. And if not, then you should probably break up with Groovy Gal, just to be fair to her and also to yourself, mostly to her. Yeah, cause yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, if I could, just to add on to that, I think like Ted, this ain't cool, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any issues with like flirting, right?
Yeah.
If I know that, if I trust my partner, which I should,
Right.
hopefully,
Hopefully.
flirting is flirting.
Right.
Like I'm a flirt.
Yes.
I flirt with like anyone ever, but like flirting stays flirting,
Yeah.
right? Unless you know that you can keep pushing it, right? Like if I'm on a first date with somebody, I'm gonna flirt,
Right.
but like because I'm trying to feel
Yeah.
the
It's your
situation.
first date. Yeah.
But if I'm like at a coffee shop, and you've witnessed this,
I have.
I'm gonna flirt with a barista if they're open to it, and they might flirt back. They are a service industry employee.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna make a move ever.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
They are at work, and I understand that it's part of their job to be nice. And sometimes, as someone who's been on the other side of the barista counter, if they're like, I've flirted with people, but I'm like, that's because it's my job. That's
Right.
because that gets me tips.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'll gladly tip someone who is serving me my coffee.
Yeah.
If they're flirting with me, I'll flirt back. But I'm never going to ask for their phone number.
Right.
Right? Because I understand that there's like a power dynamic
Yeah.
there.
They're at work. They're trapped there.
Yeah. If they give me their phone number, if they're the one working and they give me their phone number, that's totally different.
And we'll definitely text them.
100%.
Yep.
Like 99%. I guess it depends. But you know what I mean? Like I think flirting is flirting, but making a pact with a coworker about if we're not married by the time we're 45, geez, dude.
Yeah.
Like that seems kind of unacceptable.
Yes.
Like there's a fine line between it's not even a fine line. It's like a very bold, it's like the thick Sharpie.
Right.
Right?
I haven't owned a thick Sharpie in a minute.
I think I have one in my office somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They're weird.
They are. They
They're
smell
kind of unwieldy.
funky.
Yeah. It's the same it's just the same smell, I think, but it's just like 8 times more.
Right.
Even though it's only twice as thick.
Kids, if you're listening to the podcast, students especially, don't sniff Sharpies
Why did you say that?
because just don't do it. They smell
If you
bad.
tell someone to smell it, they're just going to do it.
No, it smells bad, and that's the only reason why you should not smell them.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyways,
Moving on.
I think there's a very thick there's no subtlety in the like differentiation between like, oh, this is somebody that I work with and I'm just like flirting because it's like a work thing,
Yeah.
and like I'm making a pact with this person.
Right.
like there's a lot of there's a lot of boundaries you have to cross in order to get there. And I would really reconsider, like, if you value the person that you're with, if you value this woman, really reconsider this man.
Yeah. And Ted, I bet deep down it feels a little bit wrong. And you're right. And you might be justifying it to yourself in ways that seem to make sense. Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah. Groovy gal.
Groovy gal.
I'm so sorry.
Dump him.
Also that. Yep.
Groovy gal.
You're going to find a groovy guy, 38 or 40.
40.
Or whatever.
Groovy gal 39. If you're still single when you're 45, call into the podcast.
Wait, Groovy Gal is like 32 or something?
Yeah.
So
we'll
when
be doing this podcast in 13 years. Is what I'm saying.
we'll be nearly 40 also. I'll be 39.
Age is but a number, baby.
Right.
If we're both still single in 13 years, you should hit us up on Instagram or Twitter.
Here's a question.
Yes.
What if there was a dating app called Age is Just a Number, Baby? What do you think that would be like?
I don't know, but I just envisioned like an FBI raid.
Okay, yeah.
Age is just a number, baby.
The more I think about it, the less I like it.
It's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
FBI, you can have that idea for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you wanted to Venmo us, our Venmo is
at Luke and Jorge Pod.
Insert Venmo here.
Hey, how's that bingo? At this point we've made the bingo sheets.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We've done a few of the things that are on the bingo cards. Yeah. If you haven't downloaded a bingo card off the Instagram yet, you should definitely do that. I posted it a while back.
Yeah, find it on Instagram. Click through to the link in our bio. You can download the bingo cards and play along at home.
I also just posted them as 10 separate images, so you can just download.
Oh, you can just screenshot one of the 10.
Yeah.
Play with your friends.
Yeah.
Turn it into a drinking game.
But don't all pick the same card, because that would be dumb. You'd all get bingo at the same time.
Don't worry, we'll soon be launching the Loteria set. Email us at lukeejorgepod@gmail.com.
Lukey Jorge Pod. Yeah.
This is probably a good place for us to one last question.
Ooh.
Before we do you mind if I point out another thing to our dear listeners?
Please do.
So a couple of episodes ago, we talked about a drive that we were doing. Share us with your friends. Share all of our episodes. I think that was episode 13 that we talked about this on. Since then, we've done a road trip episode.
Yeah.
And also an episode in a different city with our friends Kate and Matthew.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we are closer to our goal.
Hopefully.
Yes.
And what is our goal?
1,000
A whole grand
downloads.
Yep.
If you help us get to our first 1,000 downloads, we're going to do a 7-hour live stream.
We sure are.
On my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Jorge the DM.
Yep. And we'll post that places so you'll know when it's closer.
Yeah, we're going to advertise the crap out of it as soon as we get there. But in order for us to do it, we have to hit 1,000 downloads.
Right. And we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
What are you doing?
Or if we are, thank you.
Yeah.
But
we won't.
We
We're
won't
not.
be. We won't be. Help us get there. Help us get to our first 1,000. Share us with your friends.
Right.
Share links to our podcast. Do what I do and just text people. Hey, do you listen to podcasts on Apple or on Spotify?
Wait, you give them the option like either this or this, and not
but like
an
out of the
option for,
blue.
Like, nice. That's like when the window salesman came to my house and was like, "Hey, do you have time today, or is tomorrow a better day?" And he didn't give me an option for like, "No thanks, I don't want new windows."
Exactly.
So now I have new windows. Just
Well,
kidding. No, I don't. I didn't buy the windows.
And if people listen to our podcast on other things, we can send them to the other things.
Right.
But I'm like, do you listen to us on Instagram or not on Instagram? Sorry. Keep wanting to say on Instagram. On Apple or on Spotify. And people are like, I actually listen to us on Goodreads or Good Pods.
We are a good read and a good pod.
Good Pod.
Yeah.
We are on Good Pod. I don't think we're on Good Read.
But our descriptions are some good reads.
That's
They're
true.
short. They're zippy.
Yeah.
We write them.
Or do we?
Somebody writes them.
The mysterious being writes them and wills them into existence.
For a second, I thought you said the mysterious Bing, like the search engine.
Put it in the wiki.
What do you think the mysterious Bing would look like? Like, I'm imagining like just like the letter B in a hood.
I was thinking B, but in like a suit.
Ooh, I like that.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. With some like spiky anime hair.
Spiky and I like the spiky anime hair.
Like Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't know what Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! Looks like, look him up.
Google it.
Yeah.
You know Google? Yeah, use it.
Or use Bing.
Don't use Bing.
Okay,
Absolutely
yeah.
not. We can advertise Google because that's what people use. But if Bing wants us to tell people to use Bing to search things,
They gotta Venmo us.
They gotta Venmo us some money. One more question.
Sure.
Okay. What posters do you have hanging up in your room?
I don't have any posters hanging up in my room, but I had a few in college, and they were the following. I had one that was The Walking Dead, and then I had one that was Fall Out Boy, and then I had one that was the map of Skyrim, and then I had... Is that all that I had? I feel like I've had more. In the past, I had one that was just like a bunch of Marvel characters, and I had one that was the album art of Abbey Road, and I had one that was just a dragon. You know, in 2008 when wolves and dragons were the thing to just put on stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When everyone was having the conversation of ninjas versus pirates.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What an irrelevant question.
What a dumb question.
That's like a samurai faxing Abraham Lincoln something.
Anyway, follow me on Instagram. I'm just kidding.
What posters do you have in your room? Or have you had?
Currently, I have a poster for Herbie Hancock and Kamasi Washington when they played at the Mission Ballroom in Denver. But I think technically that's like a tour poster.
I feel like it counts. It's got the word poster in it.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a tour poster. It's not just a poster of that show because they went on like a little mini tour.
Yeah.
And then I have a poster of when Sufjan Stevens played at Red Rocks. I'm a nerd and I like music. I don't know if you can tell.
What?
I have a framed poster of the movie The Post with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Great movie. What else do I have up? I think I have another poster that's like a bunch of people of color, and it's like you will like some sort of solidarity thing.
Yeah.
I forget what it is, but I got it at a rally and I loved it, and it's been on my wall since. It's not a poster, but I have a green screen in my room.
You have a Woodstock poster.
I do have a Woodstock poster that was given to me. It's like a fabric print, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That was given to me by my old roommates when they were moving out of the house that we all used to live in together. I don't live there anymore either. But when we were moving out, they gave it to me. Yeah, that's what I have now.
You have an art that a friend made that is a sentence.
Oh, yeah. Pat yourself on the butt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great poster. I also have a poster, I think, of my shark friend that has like a tattoo. It's like a shark with sunglasses drinking a drink with a tattoo.
Oh, I don't know if
they have a... It's smaller. It's much smaller.
Okay, I'm going to have to look for it next time.
Same artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
Same artist friend. I don't know that I have any other posters right now. In freshman year of college, though, I remember I don't think I had many posters. I had one that was like a quote from the Buddha, and it was like, it takes no like willpower to like transfer the light of your candle to another candle, or like by lighting another candle with your candle, your flame does not dim.
Right.
And like I think joy is the same way, or love is the same way.
Yeah.
Like by sharing, you do not dim. And I thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
I also had a very freshman year of college poster. It was the Pink Floyd Butts poster.
Yeah.
You knew about this poster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got it and then immediately regretted it. So that tells you a whole lot about me.
But it was up there.
It was up there.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I burned it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you won't burn
nope.
What am I trying to say?
The I don't know what it's
Paper
called.
chain.
The paper chain.
A paper chain. A chain of papers.
I'm not going to burn it.
Well, that's okay.
Well, this has been a podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming and being on this episode with me.
Thank you for being on this episode with me.
Absolutely.
I have been Chips in Dip.
My name has been Goku Naruto.
Go do something great.
Yeah. Write a letter to a loved one.
Or to yourself in the future. Dear future me.
You are
Watch
my
out.
loved one. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Get
let's
out
call
of here.
it. Let's call it. Yeah. All right, everybody, scram.
Beat it.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That was
Bye.